Geometry Dash. Geometry Dash.
I think it broke. Hold on. Hello, everyone. I was not expecting it to... Why is it broken? Genuinely, why is it broken? It shouldn't be... Oh, there it is. Huh. Alright. Anyway, how is... Oh, jeez. That is very loud. How is everyone doing today? I wanted to say, I'm playing... I need to turn this down. I actually... Hold on. Just... There we go. Because it is loud for me. Anyway, I played this game over a year ago at this point, and I am really excited to return to it. Because... they've given it, like a lot of updates. Like, for example, I looked at it... The Rambler was not here the last time I played it. So, like... I am super excited to get back into it and, like, actually try to do Endless Mode, considering how Endless Mode is, like, actually difficult. But that being said, I do actually need to explain how this game works, and I feel like the best way to do that is to get into it. The game is simple. You have villagers, shown in purple, outcasts shown in yellow, and minions and demons shown in red. The idea is that the minions and demons are trying to take over the village and you have to stop them, but you can't kill the villagers. So, each of the villagers has a specific role, one evil adjacent to me. So that means the lover is telling me that one of these two, I am the original baker. Okay, I'll get back to you in just a second. The lover is telling me that either the dreamer or the baker is an evil. That being said, if they are lying, that means they are either corrupted or evil, and I don't think... Nope, neither of these two can make someone corrupted. So the only way someone can become corrupted is if they're drunk, or if an evil affected them. So that being said, I already know a few things. The baker makes it so that a random unrevealed villager becomes a baker. With the exception of if they say, I am the original baker. They are always innocent. They are always innocent, no matter what. That being said, I am probably going to start revealing so many bakers. Nope. How many bakers? Okay, only one. That is a lie, though. I was a baker. That is a lie. Right out the bat. They could be a drunk, though. Okay, that being said, let's start talking about the characters I have. Dreamer, I can pick two characters and I learn one of their roles, basically. It doesn't tell me anything much about it. Enlightened just tells me which direction the closest evil is. And Jester is, I pick three characters, I learn how many of them are evil. The Rambler, if an evil character targets them, they get silenced. That is basically it. That being said, I think I'm just going to execute the baker right off the bat. I think they're lying. There is no way that they could be a baker unless they were the drunk. What? Is there a doppelganger? Oh, there might be a doppelganger. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay. So I gotta figure this out. Dreamer. Learn a role that's among them and one that's not. So let's pick... I think I need to learn Lover and Enlightened. There's an Enlightened or a Lover. That means either the Dreamer is lying or one of these two is lying. That being said, I think it has to be the Enlightened. I think the Enlightened has to be lying. Because if they weren't, that would mean they would have to say it's equal. That would mean the Jester would be innocent. And the Dreamer would be guilty? So it would be the Dreamer and the Lover, which would make the Lover telling the truth, which would be impossible. So I think it has to be the Enlightened. Are they corrupted, though? I don't think they can be. I'm gonna... Okay, they're Ba. Okay, I was right about that. Still don't know who you are. You could be drunk, you could be corrupt, I don't know. That being said, you can't be the puppeteer. Because if you were the puppeteer, you would have to have been the puppet. Which means whatever this guy says, he's telling the truth. So let's do this. And then we'll do Baker. Shut up! What? He's evil? How? How is he evil? That's not how that character works. That's not how that character... What? Okay, I am learning. There was a doppelganger. Alright. What was that? I have never seen another character tell them to shut up. What was that about? That's crazy. Okay. Alchemist, I've cured one corruption. Okay. So someone in here... Oh, Lilith. Okay, you were innocent. Oh. 6 or 8 is poisoner. That is just objectively wrong. The only way for that to be true is if... How many outcasts? 2. Oh, that could actually be true. Let's reveal the last 2. Because Lilith can't hurt us. That being said, one is evil. 5, 6, or 8. Both the Oracle and the Empress are pretty convinced that 5 or 6 is evil. But then again, that Empress is just telling the truth, which means so is the Oracle, because the Wretch identifies as a random evil minion. And if they're saying it's poisoner, then they're pointing at the Wretch. That's just true as well. Which means I think the Alchemist is corrupted. I think the Alchemist was corrupted. I'm going to save my... I'm going to save my vote, but the Plague Doctor lets me know if someone is corrupted, and if they are corrupted, they lets me know who an evil is. So that being said, I think I should do this. Okay, true. You're telling the truth. So you can't be corrupted. So far, this is working out. I'm just gonna do it. I think... Yeah, okay. So 4 is evil. That's the Empress. I don't fully believe that, but I will follow through. Okay, I figured. Poisoner. Okay. Which means automatically... Okay, okay. Yep, we're good. I don't know who the last one is, though, and that's the issue. So we got the Poisoner, which means Alchemist cured the Fortune Teller, which means he's telling the truth. Because the Poisoner corrupts someone next to them. Okay. 2 or 7... 7 or 8 is evil, which is just true because the Wretch is considered evil. Learn how many of them are evil. I think I should do this. There are 3 evils. That is not possible. Jester, it's evil. Yep. Okay. Bad start, but we're getting back into it. We're getting back into it. This is just a logic game. I don't know if you've realized that yet, Darth. It is just a weird logic game. I was a baker. That is probably a lie, considering that there was no other baker. Dreamer Druid. Yikes. Okay, 1 card away from a corrupted character. That could be Baker. That would explain why they're lying. The Dreamer... Ooh. Learn 1 outcast among them, if any. There is 1 face down. So... Wait, that we don't have, because we only have 1 outcast. Okay. So... If the druid says something that's not Bombardier, it's her. Okay. She's innocent. What about... Hunter? Hunter says it's the bard. I don't know if that's true or not. We also have 3 evil. How? Oh, puppeteer. Okay. So... One card away from a corrupted character. Can that be true? I don't think it can. I genuinely don't think it can. So it has to be you, the baker, and then the alchemist? Honestly, I just killed the baker. I genuinely think I just killed the baker here. Yeah, okay. So then, Alchemist is telling the truth. So then, 2 cards away from the closest evil. That is correct, which means it has to be the Dreamer. Yep, okay. Alright. Alright. That one was weird. That one was difficult. Then again, they've all kind of been difficult. There are no corrupted characters. Is that true? That could be true. We'll get back to you on that. 3 is good. 3 is... That's debatable. That is debatable, Gemcrafter. Right side is more evil. Okay. 3 cards away from a corrupted character. That is a direct contradiction. Because 1 is telling that there is no corrupted characters, and 3 is saying that one of these 2 is corrupted. We have another contradiction. Not really, though, because you could be Doppelganger. That being said... I think you are Doppelganger. No. No, you were just Shaman. Okay, let's reveal the last 2. Okay, now we have another contradiction. So, at least one of these 3 bards is evil. At least 1. Most likely 2. So that being said... Right side is more evil? I am inclined to believe that. I genuinely think 8 is guaranteed evil. But we'll come back to that. If it is Doppelganger here, then both 8 and 7 have to be lying. Because there is no possible way a character could become corrupted. But if that was the case, then 5 and 4 would also be lying. Actually, wait, isn't it just 5 and 4 then? Hold on. Because Shaman could make... Wait, no, it's not. Okay. Well, here's the thing. 2, 3, and 6 are confirmed innocent. They cannot be evil because it is either one of the architects and one of the bards, or both of the bards. But I don't know which one that is. So that being said, I think I do this. Yeah, 8 is lying. So they're the shaman, which means it has to be 7. Because they are agreeing with each other. No, it's the drunk. Okay. Which means it has to be you. Because the drunk is corrupted. Okay. Alright, we figured it out. We figured it out. Alright, we got 3 corrupted characters. Oh, Puka. Oh, everyone's corrupted. Everyone's lying to me. Isn't that fun? Everyone's lying to me. Okay. I was the original. I think you're the only one telling the truth, Baker. I think you're the only one who's going to be telling me the truth. Anyway, that being said, let's start figuring this out. The only one... Wait, hold on. At most, we have 1, 2 corruption? Or no, at least we have 2 corruptions. At a minimum, we have 2. At a maximum, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With 2 lying. So... Oh, jeez. Okay. I think 4 cards away from the closest evil. That's just a direct accusation towards the architect. Evils are not adjacent. No evils are adjacent to me. Okay. I think I need to test the Plague Doctor. And I think I need to test the Plague Doctor on 3. 3 is not corrupted. So let's test that. So that either means that 6 is evil, and 3... Hold on, evil... You're corrupted. You're evil. Most likely. Okay, so these 2 are lying. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Wait. Doesn't that mean it's just you? Oh, fuck, it could be you. Wait, no. I couldn't kill 4. Okay, so that means it's 3. Okay. That was some explaining. So, if 1 could kill 4, that means that they were just the poisoner. And 5 was corrupted. If they couldn't, that means that they were corrupted and that it was 2. That is the only way that logic could have worked. Okay. This is a weird one. Confessor, though. I love the Confessor. Confessor is always awesome. 1 is the real Plague Doctor. I am inclined to believe that right off the bat. It takes a lot to corrupt a Plague Doctor. Puppeteer is 1 card away from... You're just correct. I'm sorry. That's just correct. You are either puppet or innocent. There is no other way around it. Knight, we're killing the knight. Puppeteer, you are probably the puppet. Yep, okay. Cool. So Knight, if they are innocent, they cannot be killed, which is why I just killed them immediately. And since Puppeteer is one card away from the closest evil, he was the puppet, he was telling the truth. That is just the most likely outcome. I am dizzy. Okay. They could be corrupted, but they are not innocent at the very least. So that being said, I'm going to do this. Okay, so they're corrupted. And 10 is evil. Excellent. Okay. So, that means you're telling the truth. Because they're innocent. One is the real Plague Doctor, so we are good with that. No evils adjacent to me is what is dividing this. Learn if any of them are evil. Okay, let's do this. Is there an evil? No, there is not. So then, let's do this. Should be 0 evils. I am confused. No evil adjacent to me. No, it has to be you. Right? And you're just corrupted? Is that possible? Yes. Yes, it is. The Plague Doctor got him. Okay. Alright. That last bit of logic was actually kind of difficult. I was a poet. That is probably a lie. We'll get back to you on that. Chancellor is 3 cards away from the closest evil. I was a poet. That is... Okay. Do I execute both of the bakers? Genuinely, do I execute both of them? Because there is no way that it is not at least one of them. Even with the drunk. Okay. Perfect. Alright. That being said, we need the... Wait. No, I think I just accidentally revealed the counselor. Hold on. So, it has to be either the Empress or the poet, because they sit next to an outcast. Both sides are equally evil, so that's true. One evil adjacent to me is also true, so it has to be the poet. No, they're doppelganger! Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's the Plague Doctor? Is that what you're telling me? Yes. No. Yes. Okay. I was like, there's a chance that it's the Architect, because the Architect is... Yeah, because the Architect would have been lying if it was them. So it genuinely could have been them, and that was the only other option. Judge is a bad start. 5, 7, or 10. I was an Empress. That is a lie. You could be corrupted, though. Yeah, you could be corrupted by Puka. So, immediate suspicion on 8 and 6. Alright. I'm 1 card away from a corrupted character. So, that would mean... The baker or the poet is lying. I am good. Okay. So you're telling the truth, which means immediate suspicion on Scout. I need to kill the baker. They are corrupted. I needed to do that, unfortunately. So 8 is evil. So they're Puka then. Yeah, okay. Which means you're good. Minion is not 1 card away from the closest evil. So there's a gap between them, at least 1 gap. I'm 1 card away from the closest evil, so that's pointing directly towards the judge. So let's find out if the judge is lying. The judge is lying, so let's axe them. So both the Empress and the Hunter are innocent, because Puka told us so. 5, 7, or 10. 5, 7, or 10. Ugh. I don't like that. They could be corrupted, though. They could be corrupted. Druid. Let's check Druid. And Hunter. There's a doppelganger. Is that... Oh, that's not true, though. That's not true. Oh, that's very not true. Oh, that's very not true. Oh. No, that's just wrong. Okay. So Plague Doctor corrupts Druid, which would mean Bombardier? Oh. It has to be Bombardier. It does. Oh, this sucks. If I mess this up, I just lose. Okay. Alright. I hate executing the Bombardier because it's a lose scenario if you get it wrong. Okay, who do we got? The Shaman, the Puppeteer, and Ba. That is a horrible combination. One card away from the closest evil. Oh! You are telling the truth. Okay. 6 is good. What is 6? One time the poet called me an egg. I mean, you know what, dude? You do you. I'm 4 cards away from a corrupted character. Can that be true? That might be true. Hold on. I don't think it is, but we'll get back to that. Okay. Hold on. 2 cards away. So they're telling me that the judge is... Yeah, they're telling me that the judge is corrupted. Which, if that's the case, I could use judge on the Rambler, saying the oh. Because if he was lying, then... Which means both of you are just wrong? No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. Yeah, you're just wrong. There's no way around it. Which could mean you're correct? Six is good. I'm inclined to believe that. I don't really have much evidence for that, but I am inclined to believe it. I think I need to kill the Alchemist. Wait, no, the Alchemist didn't cure any corruption. And that's only possible... No, he's innocent. He's innocent. Which means you're lying? Or the druid is. So I need to do this. There is a drunk. You're just wrong. Wait, no. There's one outcast. You're just wrong. Okay, you're the puppeteer. Okay. 1 card away from the closest evil. That is the correct, but you could be the puppet. 4 cards away from a corrupted character. I think that's wrong. I think that's just objectively wrong. 6 is saying the truth. I don't know where to go from here. I honestly don't. I'm gonna kill the bard. So the bard is correct. So either... So you're drunk. You're drunk. Oh boy, no. Yes. Yes, the... Wait, which means the Rambler would be lying? Okay. Alright, alright. That's weird, but I get it. 6 is good. You're just wrong. So you're innocent, but you're lying. Okay. 6 is good. That's wrong. Is that... No, that's just a lie. I can kill them outright because we already have a drunk. Yeah. Okay. That being said, the only way to figure this out is do this. It's false, so it's you. Okay. Because the puppet can't lie. I want to get to 10, because I get a reward for getting to 10. And I'm at 9, so if I survive this, then I get something fun. 4 is evil? What? I wasn't... Okay. I don't think there could be more of a direct accusation than that. Like, genuinely, that is such a direct accusation that I have to take action now. I'm gonna kill him. Cool, you're innocent. I don't need someone to tell me that. You're just innocent. Both sides are equally evil. That is an interesting statement. Alright. So that would mean the only way for that to be true is if it was Scout. Which is possible. Those are not adjacent to each other. So... Hold on, let's pull out the pen. If Scout is lying, that would be innocent, innocent. 4, 6, and 8. 6 was an innocent. 8 is the minion. 4... No, that would be a lie. That would be a lie. Because both 4 and 6 would be a minion. And... yeah, that's just a lie. So, it can't be. It can't be Scout. Oh, jeez. Which would mean it would be Dreamer? Yeah, okay. I knew I had to pull out the pen for that one. It just felt like one that I did. Alright, let's do this. Witness. 7 was affected by evil. 5 or 7 is... 3 cards away from the closest evil. Oh boy, we are just creating a weird loop of characters here. Like, half the characters just pointed at each other. It's like, it's him. Alright. I think the only way to break this is by killing 5. So you're telling the truth, which means 1 could still be correct. No. 1 is lying. Are they drunk, though? They could be. They are not. Ooh! Yeah, we'll apply that skin to Lilith. Yeah, the evils just outed themselves on that one. Like, I had nothing to do with that. They just kind of outed themselves. I love it when they do that. If you fail, simply succeed next time. Okay, I'm the original baker. That is true. I was a druid. That could be true. Which is 2 cards away from the closest evil. No one is giving me anything to go off. 4 is the real baker. You are already suspicious, but we'll get onto that. I was a fortune teller. I was a gem... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. What is this? Okay, let's see. Is anyone in here overtly lying? Gemcrafter. Druid. No. Okay. Damn it. I have the puppet. Not really less guard to hide one outcast in the deck. So this is the outcast. Right now. I don't have much to go off of here. I really don't. With just 2 cards away for the closest evil. And 4 is the real baker. I have to assume both of them are telling the truth. I have to. Because there is no other way I could get around this. So that being said, I have Slayer execute 6. I have execute 3. That... fuck. Okay, I have even less information than I started with. I have to kill 6. Okay. Alright. Puppeteer is 3 cards away from the closest evil. If I revealed that, I would have known. Witch is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Is that possible? Yes? That would have to mean... it would be here. Or here. And then... no. Wait, no, it's not possible. No, it's not possible. Okay. It's not possible. Because of, Puppeteer. Puppeteer made that not possible. Okay. Because if Witch was 2 cards away from the closest evil, we would only have 3 evils, and we have 4, because, let me put it to you like this, okay? So let's assume that Ba was the closest evil. That would mean that it would be 1, 2, so they would be here, okay? So that would mean that Innocent, Innocent, and then Puppeteer, which would mean they would need a puppet here in order for it to work. That can't be. That cannot be, because a puppet cannot be an outcast, nor can an outcast become an evil. So that means that they had to have been lying. Okay, we're almost done. I have to kill one of the bakers. I have to. I am inclined to believe these 2. But that doesn't actually mean anything. You are confirmed innocent. You are not. So it's not you. You're innocent. Completely innocent. You cannot be the puppeteer. Because you would have been the puppet. Alright. That being said, is there any way the Rambler isn't the puppeteer or the puppet? No. Okay. We have a 50-50 chance. I don't see any way. I do not see any way to further this logic. So it has to be either the poet who is telling the truth and the baker who is telling the truth. I am going to say that it's the poet. Oh my god! I literally did not have the opportunity to break that 50-50. I just had to take it. I did not... oh, wow. Okay. Ooh. Hunter, Bishop, Confessor, Counselor, Shaman, Lilith. Okay. So Lilith is my big bad for this one. Okay. left side is more evil. Then let's start revealing the left side. 2, 8, and 9, there is a minion, outcast, and villager. 2, 8, which is you, and 9, which is the... Wow, that is a direct accusation. Okay, 2, 8, and 9. Okay. So that being said, there's a doppelganger, so they're telling the truth. They are both telling the truth. So one of these is not an outcast, which is interesting. I am dizzy. Okay, you are immediately suspicious. Could you be a drunk? I don't think you can. You could be. How? Oh, Plague Doctor. Okay, so let's do this. 1 is evil. I can't take that action. No, I can't take that action. I have to take this action, because if I don't, Lilith is going to kill me. Okay. So that being said, they're innocent, which means 2 is guilty. Oh boy, I have one opportunity to find Lilith. 3 cards away from a corrupted character. Are you? No. No, you're not. You're just evil. Okay. One evil is adjacent to me. Oh, we have some diversity here. Shaman, so that could still be correct. 2, 3, and 9. 2, 3, and 9? Oh. That is a bit of a self-report there. Okay. 1, 4, and 6. So... 6 was confirmed innocent. We don't know anything about them. 7 was affected by evil. That could still be true. Probably isn't, though. 2, 5, or 7 is evil. Honestly, it's looking like the bishop is evil. Because if they're not evil, I need to think about this. Okay. So if 2 is innocent, that means 3 is a... no. No, 9 is lying. Because we don't have a drunk and we don't have a doppelganger. Both Plague Doctor and Rambler show themselves as outcasts from the start. Meaning 9 is lying. 9 is just... yes, 9 is just lying. They're corrupted, though. Which is interesting. Okay. So who corrupted them? That's the question. Probably Plague Doctor. 7 was affected by evil. I don't know if that's true or not. 1 is evil. 2, 5, or 7. 3... 1 evil. I need to confirm that. 1, 4, and 6. So that would mean... Okay, so you're telling the truth. You're a Plague Doctor. You're innocent. So that means either 5 or 7 is evil? Probably Lilith. You're telling the truth. Learn how many of them are evil. Okay, we can do that. 1 is evil, so you're evil. No, you're just lying. Okay, great. That was like the perfect lie that they could have done. Damn it, I lost the streak. No! Okay. 2 corruptions, which is possible. It's no longer possible. You're lying, you're lying. 3 is the real bard. 6 is the real medium. Hold on, hold on. No, 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 no. So Shaman dictates that there can be 2 mediums. So you could be innocent, you could be innocent. That would be saying you would be innocent and you would be evil. I am 3 cards away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3. That is still true. Okay. I think I just kill the hunter. Because if it's not the hunter, then it's either the architect and the alchemist. And if that's the case, then I can just narrow it down. No, it would be the architect. So it's the architect. Yeah. Because it's not, it can't be the alchemist because the bard was saying they were corrupted, not evil. I need more information. Left side is more evil. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I can take out the evil pretty quickly. Okay. Cool. We got one of them. Because if we have the Slayers execute each other, it just works. The predominant Slayer comes out on top. But, that being said, you are automatically innocent. Left side's more evil. That could not be true. You could be corrupted, though. Let's check. 2 is evil. We already knew that, but thank you for trying. You're innocent, but corrupted. Okay. So they are either equal or right side is more evil. I'm 1 card away from a corrupted character. That is not true. So you're probably evil. Yep, okay. I was an architect. That is corruption. That is scandal. I am good. That is good. 3 is real. Yeah, okay. We're going on a roll. You're good because evil would have to lie. Since you cured 0 corruptions, you're good. I'm dizzy. You're lying. Okay. So we got 2 people automatically lying. So we have Slayer execute the Baker. We kill the Slayer. Okay. Left side is more evil could still be true. Probably isn't, though. Let's see. If it was the architect, it could not be the architect. Could be the confessor, though. No, it has to be the confessor. Yeah, and then the puppet has to be the architect. Okay. Sorry, I'm going through this in my head. It makes sense to me. So it couldn't have been the... The puppet could not have been the confessor because they were saying they were dizzy. It could have been here because left side's more evil, they were telling the truth. So that they were the puppet, but they couldn't be the puppeteer because the puppeteer would have to lie and say it's either equal or opposite. So we have 3 or 6 is twin minion. 3, 6. Cured 1 corruption, 2 is affected by evil. That is still possible. That is no longer possible. Okay. I have cured 0 corruptions. That is correct. Huh. 8 is good. That is suspicious automatically. We're gonna mark you. 2 is affected by evil. How would they have been affected by evil? How would they have been affected by evil? I don't know. I think 3 is lying. I think 3 is lying, because there's no way that you could have had 0 and you could have had 1. You're telling the truth, though, because if you were lying... Yeah, no, it has... No, you are telling the truth. So that means you're Puka. And you're lying. But you are innocent. Okay, so 3 or 6 is twin minion. So it has to be 6. Okay, that one took some time to figure out. And it took some innocent deaths. I don't even know what I should do about that. Viewbot's not even posting links now, apparently. How did you even say that name? Alright, anyway. Let's just... I was the original baker is correct. There is a lot of knitters. I don't think this town has that many knitters. I don't think we have 3 knitters. I'm gonna be honest. So, one of the knitters is a doppelganger. Oh, hey, Harry, how's it going? One of the knitters is a doppelganger. I don't know which one. Doesn't matter, though. There is only one pair of evil. That is probably a lie. No evil's adjacent to me. That is also a lie. 2 guards away from the closest evil. That is a lie. Assuming you are... doppelganger? Okay, then. We need... You're telling the truth. 2 cards away from the closest evil. That would mean you would be evil? Oh. This is interesting. Huh. One of these knitters has to be evil. The other one has to be the actual knitter. So, I'm gonna kill... No. Damn it. That was a 50-50. It was all up to the hunter, and I couldn't... There was no way for me to tell, even with the judge. Because the judge could have been corrupted. That was just a 50-50 that I lost. Cured 1 corruption. Let's see. I'm the original baker. That has to be true. I was a jester. That could be true. Okay. You know, bold move, but we'll figure it out. One is the real alchemist. I am the original baker. I'm gonna mark you. No. No. Alright, let's figure this out. There is no way that... No, there is. There is a way. There is a way, Shaman. You could have been brought in by Shaman. Does that help me, though? Oh, you could also be a doppelganger. No, wait, you can't be a doppelganger. So Bishop is lying. Bishop is lying. Are they corrupted? I don't think they are. Okay. Okay. I think the alchemist is telling the truth. I think they are. Because with the Plague Doctor here, they would have hit someone like this jester. Or maybe even this baker. And it would have gotten... Or no, it would have to be the jester or one of these two. Yeah, so it had to be one of the bakers. I think you're telling the truth with the shaman. I really do. One is the real alchemist. That is just correct. I think it's you. I'm gonna double check, but I think it's the baker. Wait, the only way... No, it has to be the baker, because counselor has to sit next to a doppelganger. And the only way for that to happen is if either the baker, who I've already been saying might be a doppelganger, or the plague doctor was a doppelganger, which can actually happen. So, no, never mind. So that means this jester is lying? Yes. No, yes. Damn it. That I don't even know how to begin to tear apart that logic. I know I messed it up. Also ads in 20 seconds. Sorry, Harry. I'm sorry. I'll see you on the other end, Harry. Good luck. Alright, I'll start this one, and you can look at it in the corner. Oh, ads starting soon. Can I beat this one before ads start? Let's see. I am dizzy. Already you're suspicious. Knight, kill him. Nope, you're good. Kill the confessor. Okay, they're the puppeteer. They have to be fortune teller. So fortune teller is telling the truth. 3, 4, and 7 you're telling the truth. You are innocent then, and 2 or 7 is puppeteer. You are innocent, which means we have the enlightened. Ads still have not started, and I just did that logic flawlessly, basically, which is actually kind of crazy. Do I start? Yes, we start another one. Open up, everyone. No original baker, so everyone is suspicious who is a baker. 6 is the real judge. Oh, there's ads. Damn it, I thought I could get through it. I should just draw things right now and make people really confused. Like, if the wretch is evil, you know, then, you know, it would also be the poet, and the poet would also be evil. And then maybe, you know, maybe the judge is innocent. Actually, let's actually do some logic. I don't want to sit here and pretend to do logic. All right, so poisoner is 2 cards away from the closest evil. That could still be correct. I gotta remember, you're evil. You are actually just evil. So that being said, if that were the case, it would be 1, 2, corrupted, innocent, evil? Innocent, innocent, innocent. Which is actually possible. Left side is more evil is correct. 6 is the real judge is correct. 1, 2, and 4, there is a minion, villager, and outcast. Is that correct? No. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. That is just not correct. So this can't be the correct orientation. So that being said, let's go the other way. Let's see if that does something. So you are evil automatically. So then you would have to be innocent. You would have to be evil, which defeats the purpose of doing this whole experiment. So I think you have to be lying. I think you're lying. I think the scout is lying. I don't have proof of that, but I think they are. There is not many setups where that could be possible. And the fact that that's the case is just... Because, like, let's break it down like this, okay? So they're either... This is evil. It's 2 cards away. 1, 2. 1, 2. So this area is automatically not a thing. So that means they would have to go here. Which would mean... Oh, we're back from the ads. Which would mean... 1, 2... So you could be evil. But that would mean... 1, 2... You would be evil. Which... is possible? Alright, hold on. Let me go back to here. Because this would be innocent. No. We're looking for the poisoner. So, you would have to be innocent. You would have to be innocent. You could be evil. Which would mean 1, 2... So you would have to be... You would have to be Puka. You would be the poisoner. And then... No, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, I don't think there's any way that one is telling the truth. I don't think there is actually any way one is telling the truth. One has to be lying. One has to be lying. Which means you're probably Puka. No, you're corrupted. Oh. Which is crazy. So 6 is not a judge. First off. You're Puka! You're lying then. You were an architect. Which would explain why you're lying. Okay. Poisoner is 2 cards away from the closest evil. I don't think that's possible anymore. That would have to be the architect. 1, 2, and 4. Yeah, no, that can't be possible. Left side is more evil. The only way for that to be true if it was 8, which would make 1 correct. Okay, let's do this. There's 1 evil. Okay. I'm inclined to believe that. I'm inclined to believe it on the grounds that you got corrupted. So yeah, I think it has to be Baker. That was a crazy round. There was a lot of weird things going on. A lot of weird interactions. Okay, 7 was affected by an evil. Slayer. So they could be corrupted. Let's figure it out. I've cured 2 corruptions. I'm the original Baker. That has to be true. 5 is actually a drunk? What? Alright. Okay, here's the thing about that. I think that has to be true. I genuinely think that has to be true. That would make Dreamer or Slayer or Bard. 2 corruptions though. Wait, no, that's not possible. Yeah, that's not possible with Puka. Yeah, max you can get is 1. So you're corrupted, at the very least. That being said, I can do that. I couldn't kill 5. Okay, so that is most likely the case. You're most likely innocent. Actually, no, you're guaranteed to be innocent. Are you, though? No, you could be corrupted. 2 cards away from the corrupted character. Yeah, that makes sense. 7 was affected by evil. So they're corrupted. You're corrupted. There's a drunk. Actually, them being a drunk lines up. I'm gonna say they're a drunk. So that being said, I need to figure out you. What are you doing? Baker or Puka? That lines up. Because there is a baker. So you're telling the truth, which means you have to be Puka? Yeah, okay. The only way that lined up for them not to be Puka is if... Actually, no, there was no way. Because then 7 would also have to be lying. Alright, let's do this. Oracle, 2 or 7 is which? 2 or 7. 8 is good. 2 is the real bard. Oh! Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think the evils just outed themselves yet again. I mean, there's a way to test. Okay, yeah, no, the evils just outed themselves. I don't even need to, like, oh. I don't even need to reveal most of the other cards to know that, like, the evils just outed themselves. There are 2 pairs of evil. That could still be true. 4 is the real scout. Yeah, that could be true. Actually, no, that has to be true. That has to be true, because there's no other way to back up. You're telling the truth. 3 cards away from a corrupted character is a lie. It's more likely there is no corrupted character other than the drunk themselves. There are 2 pairs of evil. That could still be true. Learn 1 outcast among... Okay, let's do this. There's a drunk. So you are evil. Yeah. Yep, okay. One. Left side is more evil. Let's start doing the left side. No evils adjacent to me. Evil is clockwise. Alright. Immediate accusations, but we'll get to it. It's clockwise again. Another accusation. Evils are not adjacent. I am 1 card away from a corrupted character. Okay. I think the best way to start is here. 3, 7, and 8. So where are they? 3, 7, and 8 are all on the chopping block right now. I think that is the only way I can actually proceed with this. Amongst them, there is 1 minion, 1 outcast, 1 villager. That being said, 2 of them have to be lying. Because the only outcast we have is the drunk. So, who is it? If it is this guy, no evils adjacent to me, this person has to be an evil. This person has to be innocent. Okay. If they are evil, like this, then you have to be lying, because you would also have to be evil. So that's not a possibility. And if they are telling the truth, that means you are drunk and you are evil. And wait, no. If you are telling the truth, you would have to be the drunk. So the only way for that to be possible is if 3 was evil. That is the only way. So you have to be evil. No? So you're the drunk. Okay. So evils are not adjacent to each other. That is good to know. That is confirmed. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Because it has to be. Not, actually, now that I look at it. So you're corrupt. which means you're drunk, which means anyone else who's lying to me is evil. That being said, I have 2 poets. I need to figure this out. Closest evil is clockwise. That could still be the case, especially considering that you are saying it. If that is the case, that means it would have to be the druid and the knitter would be innocent, which would make the architect evil, which is not possible. So it has to be you. Right? Yes. Yes, it has to be you. You're both saying the closest evil is clockwise, and you're wrong. No evil adjacent to me is correct? No, it is correct. It would then be the... Oh, damn it. No, wait, no. Hold on. I'm doing this backwards. So let's say it is the poet here, okay? Closest evil is clockwise. That is correct. Evils are not adjacent. Let's just assume that this is correct. So that means you would have to be innocent. You are innocent by association, which means that you would have to be innocent. We don't have another evil. Yeah, we don't have another evil if that works. So I don't think... I mean, you could be evil, but that would make you evil. So I don't think he's evil. I think he's telling the truth. So that being said, you are lying. Which means you are also lying? No, what? Oh, yeah. No. You are lying. You are the monster, and then one of these two is evil. So... Wait, no. Ah, damn it. Okay, I'm 90% sure this guy's evil. 90% sure. I don't see a way he can't be. Oh, fuck. He was corrupted. That's how. Wait, how did he get Ah, damn it. Forgot about Puka. That's how. Okay. No one is helping me out here. You're automatically innocent. Because you were, in fact, the first baker. Evils are not adjacent to each other and 1 card away from the closest evil. That could be possible. That is a direct accusation, though. Let's keep that in mind. So, Dreamer. What does the Dreamer want to say? Let's do Baker and Druid. Okay. That's the truth, but... No, that's a lie. That's just a lie. They're just lying. What do you mean? Okay, wait, so that means Druid has to be evil. 1 is the real Dreamer, that is correct. 1 card away from the closest evil, that is correct. Oh boy. I figured out what that meant, by the way. That's all I can say about that. Evils are not adjacent to each other. That is incorrect. Because we have a puppeteer. It is quite literally a 50-50. I'm going to say it is the medium. I have no other reason other than I just got to pick one. Damn it. I'm not doing well anymore. Alright, one more. I got this. Alright, what do we got? Bishop. 3, 4, and 6. There is 1 villager, 1 outcast, and 1 minion. Okay, that's could still be possible. Let's do 5. Nope, 5 doesn't. Nope, that doesn't tell me anything. 1, 4, and 8. Another direct accusation. You are good, so... Do we have 2 outcasts? We do have 2 outcasts. What could the other outcast be? Drunk? Maybe Doppelganger? No, it can't be Doppelganger, because that would be Druid. It could be... Actually, no, it could be Bishop. Bishop could be the other Doppelganger. And then Druid would be evil? Let's try it. Corrupted. So you're just wrong. You're just wrong. That's the only way to face it. 4 is lying. Okay, that's good. Which means you are the poisoner. That doesn't get us anywhere, though. You're just lying. So you would be the doppelganger? Yeah, let's try that. Okay. Yeah, you're the doppelganger. Which means 9 is Ba? Yeah, okay. I don't even know what... I didn't even need to know what 9 was to know it was Ba. Okay, what do we got? I am good. That means you are good. Close equals counterclockwise, so I should be going this way. Knight, we gotta... Good to know. You're lying, you're lying. 1, 5, and 8. So, what does that mean? What does that mean? Not much right now. I'm gonna be honest. So if the druid is lying... Oh, wait a minute. There's a drunk. That's great. So... druid has to be lying. So let's do this. Let's do... that. There's a wretch. That is... Okay, so we know there is a drunk somewhere in there. So that tells us... I wonder if any of them are evil? We could do... Remember, this is the lie. So, you two. One is evil, true. So you're innocent. Which means you're innocent and you're innocent. Which probably means that you are lying. No, there could still be a way. Dreamer would be a minion. Let's execute Dreamer. Okay. That is still technically possible. That is still technically possible. So we have the drunks. We don't need to worry about... That means one of you two is the minion. Shaman. Negative roles play. Okay, so that would be you two. So let's do this. So you have to be evil. Yeah, okay. It took me a while to get there, but I got there. Alright, I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna push someone over to the... to another Demon's Bluff stream. Okay, what do we got? 3 or 5 is Poisoner. Poisoner is 3 cards away from the closest evil. Ooh, there's a lot here that's wrong. 3 or 5 and 2 or 8. That is such a dramatic difference. Okay, first things first, Doppelganger dictates that the Slayers are innocent. So that being said, let's have the Slayer kill the poet. Okay, let's have the other Slayer kill the Oracle. What just happened? That's physically not possible. That is quite literally physically not possible unless one of them is lying. So Doppelganger is impersonating someone else then? Which is great because I don't know who it is. Wait, no, there's no Doppelganger. So... Poisoner. So you're accurate, which means you're innocent. You are... You could be corrupted. Could be corrupted. 3 cards away from the closest seat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That is not possible. You're corrupted. You are evil. I want to make sure of that before I do anything, though. So let's do this. One is evil. Yep. We did it! Alright. I'm gonna end stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me send you somewhere. I don't know if anyone is still watching. I kind of don't particularly know. I'll send you over to Darth. You know what? If someone is watching, I'll send you over to Darth. Just as a courtesy. Just as a courtesy. I don't think anyone is. Oh well. I don't. What is Darth doing?
Swear to God, I'll send you a picture.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I actually do want to play more of this game. I know that it doesn't do well on streams, as evident by the fact that I have no one watching, but that's okay. I actually have really fun with it, so... Bye! Everyone have a great day.